woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man,
Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 286th edition of TSR Live, TSR Primetime, your nightly dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. Man, I've been doing TSR Live for so long. I forgot. It's so funny, man. Like, you do a show for so long, you call it one thing, and the transition always takes a little while. But listen, good to have you in, guys. It is Sunday, July 1st, 2018, and man, listen, guys, summertime is in full swing. The summertime is here. I think it's close to 100 degrees in Philly. I think it's probably still in the mid 90s. It's 7 o'clock in the evening out here in Philadelphia. And I think we're probably still in the mid 90s. So summertime is absolutely upon us. But again, it is good to have you guys in here. It is good to be in. Definitely looking forward to tonight's episode. I've got Rollo Tomasi is going to be calling in here shortly. We're going to see what his take is on tonight's topic. We are streaming live simultaneously on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and of course the mothership donovansharpe.com. Something's wrong with my Instagram on my iPad. So Instagram audience, I guess you're out of luck unless of course you come to donovansharpe.com. But we are streaming live. I think it's seven platforms, 7 channels on 4 different platforms. Of course. And listen, man, I mean, I've been kicked off of YouTube, obviously several times. And that's just how it is sometimes. You have to come back strong. I've got another few YouTube channels, but those don't appear to be in danger. They're actually YouTube channels I didn't even know were there. So I'm going to try and utilize those, take advantage of those, see what we come up with. 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to tell me what's on your mind. If you want to get on the show, if you have questions, comments, show ideas, personal stories you'd like to share, or anything else you want to get off your chest. Just made the sound switch, guys, so let me know if it does start to get staticky. I've taken all of the necessary precautions. I'm actually going to go to the music store here across the way to see if I can vanquish this phantom static once and for all. Again, I'm not a sound expert, but I'll get help from sound experts. We'll see what happens there. If you don't want to call, you can always chat. It is right next to the video player on the right. If the video is running a little slow on your end, it's likely because of the chat software that we are using. So just click on the video only link. It is just below the video player, and that should do the trick. Follow, add, and like me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just do a quick search for Donovan Sharpe on all 3 platforms. For all things Donovan Sharpe, go to donovansharpe.com. There you will find all of my content, which includes appearances, and of course the archive of the more than 200 articles I've written for Return of Kings and NegroManosphere.com. I've written for those 2 sites for a total of a little over 6 years. So listen, it's an excellent supplement. If you're looking for a supplement to the show, if you're not a $5 patron, I would highly recommend that you become one. But if you're not, listen, if you can't afford the coin, no problem, man. Go to donovansharpe.com, check out my articles. That makes for an excellent supplement to the show. On to tonight's topic here. As a lot of you guys probably know, I participate in the Red Man group every Saturday. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Red Man group, it's a group of the top red pill guys. We all get together and we have discussions about men's issues. We talk about girls, we talk about game, we talk about incels, marriage, relationships. Listen, anything and everything that you can think of that relates to living the red pill life, we talk about. We try to have a variety of guests on to sort of give the show a little bit of variety. A week ago we had Turd Flinging Monkey on there, who is probably the lord of the low level MGTOWs, Turd Flinging Monkey. Listen, no shade on him. The guy walked into the lion's den and listen, he faced the music, man. This is a guy who is married or is in a relationship with a sex doll, and the dude is not ashamed, man. Like there is no shame in his game. And again, I don't agree with the lifestyle. I certainly, not that I don't agree with it. I don't hate on the lifestyle. I'm not going to besmirch anyone who wants to fuck a doll. That's perfectly fine. Of course, you guys all know that my problem was with his followers and his cronies that wanted to say that guys like Rollo Tomasi got owned. Anyway, don't want to get off on a tangent, but you again just go to YouTube.com, search the Red Man Group, and you'll find out what it is. Now, the regular panelists on the Red Man Group include myself, Rollo Tomasi, Richard Cooper of Entrepreneurs in Cars. It includes Anthony Johnson, who is the founder and CEO of 21 Studios and put together the 21 Convention. He's the guy putting the 21 Convention on. Ryan Stone, who's a moderator for Married Red Pill. There's also Carl, who runs blacklabellogic.com. And there's Dr. Sean T. Smith, who has a PhD in psychology and wrote the best-selling book, The Tactical Guide to Women: How Men Can Manage Risk in Dating and Relationships. We have a few other guys who rotate in and out occasionally, but by and large, it's the same group of guys every week. Well, a couple of weeks ago, we were on air doing episode 17 when a female caller who goes by the name of Kitten Holiday, and again, a lot of people will say, Donovan, why are you getting involved in this drama? Okay, listen, man, listen, sometimes I'm just gonna have to be petty. And I'll explain here in a second. Anyway, so Kitten calls into the show. Now, I've been aware of Kitten for a lot longer than she probably realizes. I've been aware of her for a little over 2 years. I've seen her on Twitter. I've perused her website. And the long and the short of who Kitten is she is the typical red pill groupie. That's what she is. She fashions her. She's a woman who fashions herself a red pill woman. But if you scroll through her feed, it's clear that all she's really interested in is drawing attention to herself, which is fine. Listen, man, all girls want attention. That's nothing new. We get it. Fine, whatever. Well, the difference with this chick and others like her is that she looks for approval from the red pill community. And the reason she does this is because she knows that getting our approval is worth a lot more than a bunch of thirsty dudes who pretend to be interested in her blog or her thoughts. Now, when and if she watches this, and I know she will, she'll probably come up with some pithy, Twitter remark, and she's blocked me on Twitter, by the way. She'll come up and she'll say, well, I don't need the approval of blah, 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 blah. Listen, she's all rhetoric. Honestly, man, she's all piss and wind. She doesn't mean anything she says. She doesn't say anything she means. And all she does is run off at the mouth. The bottom line, guys, is that Kitten is not a red pill woman. Okay. She is a red pill groupie. Nothing. That's who she is. She is a post-wall single mom who is a below average writer with below average looks with what appear to be above average size tits. And that's what gets her followers. She knows this, as we all do, but Kitten would have us believe that she believes that her profound thoughts and expertise on what men really want are the reasons she's got a few thousand followers on Twitter and maybe 50 patrons. Anyway, Rollo and I, Jesus fucking Christ, I didn't invite this chick on my show. Anyway, Rollo Tomasi invited her and several other people to call into the show, episode 17. Now, I wasn't aware that he asked her to come on, but whatever, fine. I'm sure he had his reasons. Anyway, so she comes on, and rather than tell you about the interaction, shout out to Hashim305, happy Bobby Bonilla Day. That's actually quite funny. You guys should Google that. But rather than get into the theatrical mental gymnastics, I'm actually going to show you guys. I'm actually going to air the portion of the show where Kitten called in. Uh-oh, wait a minute. We've already got distortion from the mic. Hang on. Here we go. All right, hang on, guys. Before I do this, I need to make sure that my mic is good. Got to make sure my mic is good. Okay, Sharpe Assist says seems better now. Listen, guys, I rely on you guys to let me know what's going on. Again, I do apologize for the staticky stuff. I don't know why. Okay, good. I don't know why my mic gets static. I don't know why it doesn't. I'm thinking maybe it's electronic. Maybe I need to get gold tipped, whatever. I'm going to get that taken care of this week. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play for you guys the portion of the episode that Kitten called in. And I want you guys to keep in mind that I did not realize that I was the main one on camera the entire time. I'm the one taking the phone calls, which means the sound comes through my Google Hangouts link, right? But again, it never occurred to me that I was the one on camera. So of course, you guys will be able to see my I'll call it my disdain and my boredom from kitten calling. So without, listen, I'm not going to run off at the mouth. It's about 7 minutes, so be patient. This is actually pretty good. Here we go. This is Kitten Holiday on the Redman group back on June 16th, 2018. Take a look.
Example of that.
All right, we got 3 callers in the queue. Area code 910-352 and area code 585. We're going to get to you guys in just a second. Area code 910, you are on the air. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. Got some technical issues here. Hang on 1 second. There we go. Hang on, guys. Let me see if I can try that again. Hold on. All right, hang on. Oh, look, it paused. Thought I had it going on. Oh, man, don't tell me this is, Hang on, bear with me, guys. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Ah! Motherfucker. Hang on, guys. Bear with me here. This is not how this was supposed to go, so... Oh, man. I thought I had this all squared away. Alright. Just give me a second, guys. Alright. Okay. I don't know why this is not... don't know why this isn't playing. Well, you know, I thought I had the video queued up. I don't know why this isn't working. Just kind of weird. Huh. Hang on, guys. And again, I do apologize for this. I'm not really sure. Okay. I know this is bad radio, but...
Example.
There we go. All right, we got 3 callers in the queue. Area code 910-352 and area code 585. We're going to get to you guys in just a second. Area code 910, you are on the air. That is North Carolina. Oh, boy.
Here we go.
Welcome.
910, you're on the line. I have a bad feeling about this.
Relax, Donovan. The
I knew it. I knew Kitten was going to call in. I knew it as soon as I saw 910. Here we go.
That's Kitten?
That's Kitten.
Hey.
Hello.
What up?
I couldn't really hear exactly what you... Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really hear what you were just talking about, but I wanted to touch on what you were talking about a minute ago, how women self-help communities or help each other out the way men do. And I mean, I've thought about this a lot, and I think part of it is because if you look at most female self-help, it's all empowerment and confidence building. So women attribute all of their personal pain to either some sort of outside force, like being oppressed by men or being oppressed by the patriarchy, or being harmed and being a victim of some outside power, or to just not feeling good about themselves, because our feelings and our emotions are our reality. So if we fix our feelings...
Kitten, sweetheart, get to the point. Get to the point. We got other callers here. Come on.
Okay. So we also see men as the cause and solution of all of our problems. So to actually realize that our behavior and our actions are creating the physical pain, like the physical and emotional pain in our lives, creates a huge amount of cognitive dissonance. Also because everything that we're told by feminism and by society, by the blueprint of society, is that we are flawless and we can do no wrong, and that we're fine, and that if we follow the guidance of feminism, we will not have pain. So it takes a lot of pain in a woman's life to actually realize that it's the message of feminism that might be leading them astray, and personal consequences. But
it's destroying their life.
They love kindly letting you fail. I'll give you that. And it's all about coping.
What's that?
A lot of it's about coping, so I'll go with you on that one. They don't want to actually fix things. They just want to feel better. It's a coping strategy, which sounds a lot like the beta male Star Wars thing, but I'll pass it over to Carl. I know he's itching for this one.
Carl?
Well, you know, if you really want the exemplification of everything Kitten just talked about, go on Instagram or ideally on Tumblr and look up the hashtag body positivity or health at every size.
Right. There you go.
Because that's the entire hypoagency thing. It's essentially a gathering of mostly women and a couple of, well, I would say men, but it's not easy to do quotation marks without a camera, sitting around complaining that it's not their fault that they're overweight. And in this case, I'm using the way overweight in the way that the US has a slight deficit. Because
it's not my fault I'm a slut. All those guys wanted to fuck me first, right? Like that's
it's diet culture, it's PCOS, it's hyperthyroidism, everything except the fact that, hey, maybe I shouldn't be drinking a 7,000 calorie mocha latte for breakfast.
All right, I'm here now. It's thick with 4 C's.
Yeah, well, what I was gonna say is that in some ways, I guess I kind of understand what she's saying, because it's, I think that we always talk about the blue pill and blue pill conditioning for guys. Okay. There is a form of conditioning for women. I don't know if we want to call that blue pill conditioning for women or whatever, but that conditioning is this fempowerment narrative that we teach little girls from the time they're fucking 4 years old to get into, Disney Frozen, or, they get into this little girl, super powered princess, what do they call the characters? A Mary Jane, right? What do they say about Rey from Star Wars? Like she's a Mary Sue character, and she just magically, because she has this magical vagina that she can suddenly use a lightsaber and she can do all this. That's one example of a lot of stuff, but that is being taught to girls that they can do anything. I mean, even if you look at the Miss America pageant, it's no longer a pageant anymore. It's a competition. Well, it's a competition of what? What woman can be the most confident and can be the most, can share the fempowerment message the best. And really what it comes down to is these guys, or these women who have been sort of conditioned and taught by feminism first of all, but like to prioritize the feminine imperative above all else, and to expect that men will do the same, and to expect that men will be the supportive guys that they, who also agree with them, and to expect that this is the way, this is like this utopian society that we can, men are they're going to have your backs and they're there for your support rather than the other way around. And so when I talk about how, genetically, evolutionary wise, how women are different from men, and that put us together and we make pretty good complements of each other, both psychologically and physiologically, we do this. But what feminism is teaching women right now is that they don't need men. Literally, they don't need that. All they need is themselves, and to think positive thoughts, and they're their own source of confidence, and they are this one autonomous thing that is self-fulfilling and self-satisfying.
How's it working out for you?
And it doesn't matter. You don't need a man in your life. If you want one, great. That's great, because men are superfluous. They teach this idea that women are these autonomous creatures, and that men are just these support. Either they're there to support you provisionally, or they're there to fuck you. Okay, that's what men get to do.
To clarify for viewers who are not as familiar with your work, this is a collection of lies similar to the blue pill that fucks up women's lives. Yeah. It's propaganda, basically.
Feminism it's one big lie, man. Like, yeah, I think that's pretty clear.
And then you're fighting against also women's innate nature, which is solipsistic. Okay, yep. If you go and you teach women that it's all about them, and they're already solipsistic to begin with, it literally is all about them, and that's it, And so again, and then you take that into a larger social narrative, and it becomes a sisterhood over Alice. We are a standalone unique entity.
Yeah, we're going to drop cutting off.
One last thing?
No, you got to go. We got to go to the next call. Area code 352. You are on. And that, as they say, was that. So, as you guys can see, I wasn't really here for the nonsense. Listen, man, I immediately knew that this chick was calling in to get attention. Okay, she was calling in to get attention and nothing more. But I handled her exactly the way I should have. And to be honest with you, I probably kept her on the phone too long. Listen, I should have hung up on her ass halfway through her thoughts the first time, but, I nudged her along and tell her to run along. Guys, she didn't talk about anything. She didn't have a point. She just rambled on and on about nothing and didn't offer anything to the conversation. I knew what she was doing, and when I saw she didn't have a point, I told her to get to the point, which she never did. Now, the guys bailed her out by taking over the conversation, after which I summarily dismissed her after she attempted to stay on longer and continue to run her mouth to get yet more attention. Okay, that's what this was about, guys. It was for attention, all right? She had the attention of 4.5 red pill aware men with an audience of about 300. Guys, women get off on attention, and this chick is no different. Anyway, she stayed in the chat and, you know, basically said, well, Rollo invited me on, so if you have a problem with it, take it up with him. Let's you and him fight. Listen, oldest fucking trick in the book. Well, listen, or so we thought, right? We thought that was going to be the last of her because I timed her out and she got the hell out of there. Well, the last 2 weeks, this chick has stirred up all sorts of drama, and I think I've got Rollo trying to. Hand me a second, guys. I think this might be Rollo trying to call in here. So bear with me here. I'm going to try to get him on. All right. I think what I did is I accidentally screwed up the Google Hangouts link. Basically what I did is I made it private or something like that. So, all right, let's see what we got here. All right, so while we wait on Rollo to get the link. So anyway, we thought she was gone. So the last 2 weeks, guys, this chick has stirred up all sorts of drama. All right, she's called Rollo a leader without integrity, called him all sorts of names and so forth. She was pissed off because I didn't treat her like a princess when she called. And let's see here. Let's see if Rollo. Let's try this again here with Rollo. Rollo to Massey. All right. And again, guys, I do apologize. This is bad radio. All right. Not the most tech savvy guy in the world, but you know, I'm gonna try and give this a shot here. Let me go ahead and send it out to him one more time. See if Rollo will get the link here. There's one. I don't know. Maybe he shot me an email. Again, Rollo is a family guy, you know, so I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what's going on here, but we will. Freelance Ronin, good to see you in here, my man. Thanks for stopping in. Again, man, Freelance Ronin is the original TSR Towers OG for sure. So it's definitely good to see him in here as well. All right, so I've sent the link to Rollo again. It was my fault. It was my fault that he's not on yet because again I fucked up the link. Anyway, she was pissed off because I didn't treat her like a princess when she called me. Right? I treated her the way I treat all attention whores. And because Rollo didn't run to her rescue and wax poetic about her brilliance and about how unfair it was that big bad Donovan Sharpe embarrassed me on air, she decided to launch her little smear campaign. And every time we thought it died down, every time we thought that she would just leave it the fuck alone, she'd just bring it back up again. It just got old. Well, the last couple of days, it seems that her white knights decided to come in and defend her. And that's why I've decided to do this episode. You see, these guys are all cute and clever and all witty on Twitter, just like everybody else is. But when I told them when and where to call in so that we could discuss this instead of going back and forth okay, I got Rollo. Hang on a second, Rollo. Let me finish this little diatribe and then I'll bring you in here. But like I said, anybody can be clever on Twitter, okay? Anybody can be clever behind their computers. But we're going to see if they can do the same in real time and real voice. But listen, I think that we all know that's probably not going to happen. Listen, guys, I've challenged dozens of people to call in, and they never do. You remember that guy, Corey Alexander Haywood? Remember him? Right? He got a hold of me after I did the episode. He says, yeah, real cute, nigga, da-da-da-da. I said, all right, come on to my show. I specifically blocked out a show for him. Guess what? Nigga was a no-show, just like they all are. This chick kitten keeps bitching about integrity, and Rollo doesn't know shit, and blah, 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 blah. Guys, here's what happened. She got her feelings hurt, and she couldn't handle it. She got made to look like a fool, and she didn't like it. When it comes down to it, Rollo led her dumbass right into a trap, and she took the bait, hook, line, and sinker. Now, here's the thing, guys. My guess is that she probably thought that she could be a regular contributor on the Redman group by calling in and even maybe be on the panel someday, right? I guarantee you guys that these were the thoughts that were going through her mind. But that was never going to happen, and the only person who seemed to be in the dark about what was really going on was her, and she didn't like it. She got a rude awakening by yours truly, and she acted exactly the way women react when they don't get their way. They threw a fit. Sweetheart, check this out. Just because Rolo asked you to call in doesn't mean you were the only one he asked to call in. Just because he asked you to call in doesn't mean he was going to cape up for you. Nah, he led your ass to the slaughter, and when you thought you'd get the golden endorsement from arguably the most influential figure in the manosphere, and he did exactly what a red pill aware man should have done, which was give you enough rope to hang yourself, which you did. A woman wrote an article about this little tiff, and I'm going to bring Rolo on here in just a second. She wrote an article about this little tiff. You can find her on Twitter, actually, at Red Pill Chick. I don't follow her, but, you know, she's not a Red Pill groupie, not as far as I know. It was called Female Solipsism, Rolo versus Kitten. I'm going to put it in my blog post when I'm done with this. In that article, picked her ass apart. She pulled Kitten's card and told the truth about what was really happening, was which she came into a male space expecting to get the royal treatment and got treated exactly the way a woman should be treated when she's fishing for attention. So any of this chick's white knights want to call in, you see the number. Okay, you motherfuckers know who you are. I have tagged your asses on Twitter, so there's no excuse. You too, Kitten, if you want to call in, okay, and tell your side of the story, be my guest. But I'm not holding my breath, and I'm not going to promise that it's not going to go exactly the same way that it happened last time. And with that, let me go ahead and bring on... All right, let me... excellent. There's the man, Rolo Tomasi.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I sure can hear you. What's going on, brother?
I'm getting a little echo from you.
All right, hang on a second. I'm going to turn you down a little bit. All right, how's that? Is that a little bit better? Maybe not. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. How's
Okay,
that?
cool.
Is that better?
Yeah, much better.
All right. So Rolo, I bring you in because you are the quote unquote target of Kitten. Basically, Kitten alleges that she, and the thing is that she says, well, he invited me on and he's not admitting it. Listen, I don't care about that. Whatever. But I think what really happened is she got her feelings hurt, and because you didn't rush to her rescue, this is why she's mad. So what is your take on what happened?
Well, first of all, let's clear the air here a little bit. The first thing is that, yeah, it was our first time using the telephone system, right? I mean, that was the first episode we're actually trying to work out the bugs too.
Yeah.
So what I did was I went and I invited a lot of people that I saw on Twitter at that time. And so she happened to be one. We were on good terms for a little while. There was a time where I had her blocked. And then I unblocked her and I unblocked a whole bunch of other people. I kind of go through cycles like that whenever I'm talking to anybody on Twitter. And if it's, you know, if it seems like they're just trolling or they're just, you know, disingenuous about pretty much anything. I'm not against blocking. There was a time when I really was. I was kind of like, oh, well, I don't want to block anybody. But then you start getting, you know, I got up into I'm almost at 30,000 followers on Twitter right now.
I've almost got 30, so I'm getting
I
close.
can't possibly keep up with all my, and I have my direct mail is open as well.
Okay.
So, and that's just because I'm an author and people, you know, want to ask me questions and I can't, you know, exactly go and
You can't get to them all, right?
yeah, I can't go follow everybody so that I can do a DM. So I leave my DMs open. And there's a while ago that I kind of locked horns with her, just sort of getting to know who she was. And then I ended up blocking her and then I unblocked her. And for a while, she just, you know, started throwing things my way. And so I thought, okay, well, I'll invite her. And I was inviting probably like 6 or 7 other people at the same time.
Right.
And, you know, I was just like, okay, fine. You know, if you want to call in, call in. We were having some troubles with the numbers at first. So I'm throwing that out. But, you know, either way, I was thinking, who can we get on, you know, to talk to, or to, you know, we just did, like last Saturday, we had the all call in show.
Yeah, right.
And, you know, I'm not against having people call in and disagree with me. And I'm not against people coming on my blog. I've had an unmoderated comment section on my blog for, it'll be 7 years in August. I've always been about open discourse, even when I was on So Suave and I was a moderator at So Suave.
Right. I remember your days at So Suave, man.
Yeah. And so, you know, to me, just having that open discussion and that open discourse is very important. So, like I said, for a while I had kind of a problem blocking people, but now I don't have a problem blocking people because it's just so many people who are just so full of shit, or they're so, you know, they're just there to troll you just because they want to get a rise out of you. As you know, that's the high point of their day. So, you know, I don't want to get into that. I want to deal with that. But so she called in, and I mean, everybody just, you know, heard the exchange, and I thought we were pretty we were very accommodating for what we did. I mean, she got an answer from everybody else, and it's like, let's move on to the next. If this was a terrestrial radio talk show,
Dude,
like Pat Campbell's not going to let a caller stay on and just monopolize the time for everything. So, in fact, I didn't even think you were all that rude. It's like, nope, sorry, you got to go, and then that's that. I didn't even think about it. And then, of course, she wants to make a big deal out of it. And then she starts popping off, and she got a hold of the video, and she starts making memes out of you.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
It's funny how she always seems to have some sort of disagreement with me, or she has some sort of problem with me. But yet she never has the time to come over to my blog and say, hey, I disagree with this or I disagree with that. It's always this ambiguous bullshit. And the reason it's ambiguous bullshit is because, just as you said, it's all about attention. And this is we live in an era. I'm gonna sort of leave the red pill topic here on the side, but for now, I'm just gonna say we live in an era where attention on the internet is at a premium.
Yes, we
live in an era. I mean, why do women use social media at like 4 or 5 times the rate that men do? Why are they sending 30,000 more texts per month on their phones than men do? I mean, these are statistics that you can go look up. Okay, because they're looking for that attention. They want that rush. That's what that's why I said the attention is the coin of the realm in girl world.
Right.
And so here you have a lonely, divorced woman who has found that attention flow from the red pill and from trying to insert herself into that conversation. And I mean, I know that there's some guys that follow her and they say, oh no, she's cool, whatever. Okay, yeah, listen, fine, man, she's cool, but you know what? There's nothing there. If all you want to do is have a discussion about, I don't know, whatever pop culture has to talk about, and she has nothing really all that important to say. She doesn't do much of anything really. I mean, she's got an ebook that's basically a pamphlet. What does she do? She doesn't do anything. And then she's just one part. I mean, the reason I wanted to do this is I didn't really want to talk about Kitten all that much. It was just like, there's a lot of guys out there who seem to have a problem with me, and I don't know why. I'm like, why do you? I mean, and I'll just go ahead and say it. There's a lot of purple pill guys who just basically want to throw a punch at me.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, fine, throw a punch at me, but at least come with something coherent. At least come with some sort of reareasoning. Instead of just saying, oh man, you're a cult leader, man. Oh man, all your disciples are this. It's hypergamy. All that bullshit. It's like, you know what? If you have a problem, I've been writing about. I have 3 books out. I've been writing about this on my blog for 7 years. And before that, I was, writing on SoSwab. And you know what? In all that time, none of you guys have come onto my blog, which is unmoderated, and dropped anything critical of anything I've ever had to say. So what conclusion am I left to come to? It's that you're full of shit and you're looking for a rise and you're looking to gravy train, the rational male, and you're looking to gravy train the blog, and you're looking to gravy train the Red Man group.
Yep.
And you're looking to gravy train the 21 convention. I mean, we are on the cusp of doing something really great here.
Oh yeah.
And so when people want to, honestly, and I've talked about this before, but I think one of the reasons that I offend that demographic is because what I say challenges their business model or their profit model.
Yes.
So if I'm saying, hypergamy is this or hypergamy is that, and that doesn't gel with what it is they're trying to sell in their purple pill life coaching, of course they're going to have to hit back at me, because that's a danger to their revenue stream.
Right. Red pill is bad business.
I don't worry about that. I don't worry about I say what I want to say, and that's one of the reasons why I don't actually do this for a living, like everybody seems to think I do. And it's like I'm invested in staying as honest as I can, doing what I do. So if people have a problem, the phone lines are open.
That's
and
what I'm saying, man.
So you can call in if you want to. If you think that there's something that you have a challenge or something like that. Here it is.
Listen, man. Listen, this is streaming live on Twitter right now. And listen, man. Here's the thing, man. There are a lot of guys who are red pill guys who defend Kitten. I'm not going to say names, and dude, I'm not getting into this friendly fire, right? There are some guys who I respect who took up for Kitten. Guys, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree. And again, I think Kitten is making the egregious mistake of thinking, and she does the same thing women do. He wants to fuck me, right? So of course he wants to know my opinion on astrophysics. Of course he is interested in my take on the political landscape. And NYKia31 in the chat nails it on the head. He says those guys think that white knighting is a backdoor way of getting sex. They'll sadly be disappointed and end up becoming bottom feeder MGTOWs. Here's the deal, man. Here's the deal. And we got a caller on the line. I hope it's one of these motherfuckers. But here's what, and again, this is what women like Kitten like to do. They build their brand obviously off of attention, and they do this what they call the rap game way. So if I'm a bottom dwelling rapper and I've got maybe an album or two out and I want to start to sell records or CDs and I want to get notoriety, well, what's the first thing you should do? I'm going to go attack Jay-Z. Jay-Z's not shit. Nas isn't shit, right? But Jay-Z and Nas, they're smart. Now, they're smarter than we are. Of course, we took the bait, hook, line, and single. We can talk about Kitten taking the bait all we want to. This is a small level thing, but the point is that women like her build her brand on going after guys like you. Just like you said, it's the gravy train. Guys like
the same thing as a purple pill bloggers as well.
Steve
it's the same thing. They got to hit the biggest guy in the yard
Yep.
to get some credit. And just before you take this caller, you have to understand that you mentioned this just now, is like it's a building of a brand. Okay. Now, I think in this day and age, a lot of people have gotten on the track of building themselves as their own personal brand.
Right.
Great. That's fine. I understand that. And I get that.
Awesome.
I mean, that's how you get like guys like Jordan Peterson or Dave Rubin or whoever. They're building themselves. They're investing in themselves as their own brand. But you've got to have something substantial behind that. Otherwise, you're another Kim Kardashian. You're like famous for being famous, and there's really nothing there. There's no content there. And I like to think that I have some pretty good content. I like to think that I've got something substantial behind that. So, show me the work. Show me the money. Show me what you've done.
Right. Yeah, and again, listen, man, if Kitten becomes famous for doing what she does, dude, more power to you. Like, listen, I'm not mad at you. But for her, again, she is one of many women who she wants us to believe that she believes that people are actually interested in what she has to say, and they're not. And I think she overestimates all of this quote unquote red pill attention she's getting. Real quick before we get to the caller, Rude Boy Don Dada says, "Brah, I've been looking for you since. What the fuck? Where have you been?" DonovanSharpe.com, man. I ain't going nowhere. Area code 412. You are on with Donovan and Rolo. What is on your mind?
Bro, that was my comment you just read.
Oh, you're Rude Boy?
Yeah, I'm Rude Boy.
What's up, man? What you got?
No, you just answered my question, though, bro. That's the crazy thing. You read my comment and didn't answer my question.
All right, Rude Boy. Well, listen, man. Yeah, come to DonovanSharpe.com, man. They kicked me off of YouTube. I've got a few smaller channels. But listen, man. You listen.
But why?
Say again.
Why did they do that to me? Why did they do that?
Why did they kick me off of YouTube?
Why do that?
They did that.
Yes.
Yes, they did that because I'm Donovan Sharpe.
But that's bullshit.
Yeah, listen, you're telling me. I mean, listen, man. Listen, any man who doesn't conform with, the regular blue pill norms, any man who calls women out for their bad behavior, any man who puts out there that women aren't these virtuous creatures who are made of sugar, spice, and everything nice, they shut us up, man. Listen, a lot of guys lose their YouTube channels because of the things I talk about. But listen, they're not stopping me. I'm on DonovanSharpe.com now. So listen, if you want the content, come there. I stream live Sunday through Thursday evenings at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific.
Okay, so all the videos are there. They're not like gone.
No, they're no. Like all of my episodes are there. My videos are not gone. No. Mm-mm.
Bruh, I'm like, wait.
You going through withdrawal,
bro?
He's going through withdrawal.
Fucked me up, bro. I was dependent on that. Those are my fixes.
Well,
you
listen,
know what I mean? That shit kept
got
me
you.
in line, bro.
Listen, DonovanSharpe.com, and listen, you can tune in on DonovanSharpe.com. I stream live to my website. Thanks for the call, man. We got another call, area code 407. You are on live with Donovan and Rolo. What's on your mind?
407, I know where that is.
Yeah, area code 407.
Yes. So, Donovan, you and I, and also Rolo, spoke yesterday on Twitter where we had dialogue.
Okay, identify
I'm
yourself.
Jose Alonso.
Ah, yes. Oh, Jose.
Yeah.
Okay, Jose.
Yeah.
So hold on. Whoa, hold on. Number one, my show, right? So I'm not going to talk over you. You're not going to talk over me. I'm not going to talk over you. So number one, I give you credit for calling in, but now we got a problem. So go ahead and explain yourself.
So now okay. So your whole narrative is founded on the fact that, Kitten Holiday is an attention whore that entered a male space. But the point is moot as soon as you get the fact that a well-respected panel member, such as Rollo Tomasi, invited that very female into the male space. So, I mean, I'd like for you to just respond to that. Are you disappointed with Rollo for having invited her to the said male space?
No, I'm not disappointed at all. No. I'm not disappointed.
Okay, so,
no, whoa. Hold on. You asked a question. I'm going to answer it. I'm not disappointed at all. My problem was the fact that Kitten expected the royal treatment. And when she didn't get it, she threw a fit. That's all there was to it. I treated her the way I wanted to be. I treated her the way I would treat other women like her. And
Jose, did you see the clip that Donovan played just before I came on?
I didn't see the clip. I heard.
Okay. Go watch that clip. Okay, and go see if anybody treated her with any kind of disrespect. And the other thing I wanted to correct Donovan on here is I didn't bait her to come on. Okay, I invited her with about 6 or 7 other people. She went and she said, "Hey, I'm going to go." And she went and she called. She asked a pretty good question, to which I gave a fairly decent answer. At least I like to think so, and so did like everybody else on the panel. I think so as well.
And that, listen,
go watch that and then see if you have the same opinion.
And again, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. You can ask him here in just a second. So my bad. I didn't mean to assume that Rollo led a lamb to the slaughter.
I was not. I invited a lot of people. I invited like at least 6 other people.
All right, good.
Because it was the first time we had phones.
All right, Jose, go ahead.
Yeah. So, Rollo. So I mean, you said that originally when you first came onto this show. Just a few minutes ago, you said you invited a lot of people. Now you specified that you invited 6 or 7 people. Whoa! Hey,
whoa! Stop, Jose, stop right there, dude. Stop right there. Let's not split hairs. He invited more people than just Kitten. That's the point.
And in fact, I tweeted that back.
No, seriously, we're gonna say hold on. What he's trying to do is hold on. Whoa, wait a minute. No, hold on. No, you can't ask the question until I'm done talking, right? So here's what happens. You're not. No. Listen, I don't give a shit. Here's the thing. You're not going to sit here and try to split hairs. Well, you said a lot of people, then you said 6 or 7, so your whole point is wrong. Let's not do that. We're not going to be referendum gangsters. Ask the question and get on with it. Now let's go.
Go look at your Twitter feed from yesterday. You will see that I said 6 or 7.
30,000 followers. Hold on. I'm asking the question, please. Out of your 30,000 followers, and you invited 6 or 7, and you included Kitten Holiday in that. Would you say that what made her so special out of the 30,000 followers that you have to be included in the 6 or 7 people?
She happened to be on Twitter at the time that we went on, that we just had our very first phone call.
And for the record, I don't think Kitten special. Just I just want to make sure I put that out.
People who happened to be on at the time.
Well,
how many of my followers were on at the time that I could? I mean, what am I going to? Shit, man! I invited every single one of my followers. If you really want to split hairs, man.
Yeah, right. He put the tweet out, so there you go.
Yeah, I put the tweet out. I said, hey, in fact, I did it last week too. You could have called in. Anybody else could have called in. You know what? I'm telling you right now. If you want to call in the Red Man Group anytime, if you follow me, please call in.
Okay, hold on.
Please do. There you go. There's your invite for an entire world.
Hold on, check this out. Okay, so Jose, Jose, hold on. So now let me ask you a question. So what's the point? So Rollo invited her on. So what? What?
No, the whole thing is just been you rambling on about how she's an attention whore.
She is. She is. No. She absolutely is.
Here we go with the no stuff again.
Yep. You know what? You're goddamn right, because this is my show. Listen, here's the thing. She is an attention whore. If you don't think she is, that's perfectly fine.
And you've been working on your brand for a while, and you got 41 viewers for a reason, man. I'm over here just trying to ask a question.
Okay, that's fine, but you're not. Go ahead.
If your narrative is that she's an attention whore that came into a male space, but yet she was invited, how was she coming into the male space looking for attention? She was invited.
Wait a minute. Oh, whoa. Okay, wait, hold on. So wait a minute, because she was invited. No, hold on. Hey, Jose. Listen, hey, dude, listen. What? Listen, seriously. Just because you're invited on doesn't mean that she didn't see the opportunity. Okay? Like, she's not going to sit here and say, okay, well, I was invited on, so that's... No! She was invited onto the show. That doesn't mean she didn't see an opportunity to come on there. And dude, she didn't talk about shit. She didn't make any points. She just came on and ran her mouth. And I knew exactly what was going to happen, which is why I treated her the way I treated her. And I don't regret it. You can call it unprofessional. Dude, listen, man, the Red Man Group is not about professionalism and it's not about fairness. It's about the fucking truth and common sense. If I see an attention whore on the line, I'm going to treat her like an attention whore. And if she got her feelings hurt, then so fucking be it. She can call in again and get the same treatment. And you too.
Jose, go back and look at the clip, man. There's no point even having a conversation with you until you see the clip. I don't even care if he looks at the clip. Listen, Jose, seriously, I give you credit for calling in. But I think what you are trying to establish is that we should not have attacked, or I should not have attacked Kitten, poor Miss Kitten Holiday, that I shouldn't have treated her like I treated her because a person from the Red Man Group invited her in. Just because I invite you on, and here's the thing, man, like I watched an interview with Jeremy Sharpe and Sammy Sosa today, right? Jeremy Sharpe did not pull his punches. Just because I ask you in for an interview, ask you to join a forum, doesn't mean that I'm going to treat you with any kind of whatever. Like, dude, if I want to be rude, I'm going to be fucking rude. It's our show. This is how it is. And if you don't like it, you don't have to call in.
The cognitive dissonance is incredible because you keep talking about how she's hit the wall, but she's thinner than your girlfriend and she's younger than Rolo's wife.
Whoa. You know, hey, Jose. Oh, no, now you're lying. No. Now you're lying. You know. You see
your girlfriend the other
Here we
night,
go.
right?
Here we go. Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
Right? In response to Kitten Holiday,
exactly.
You're fine with the picture of your girlfriend, right?
That is absolutely correct, my friend. And she is, dude. My girlfriend, dude. Yeah, okay. Kitten Holiday
so I stand corrected that she's thinner than your girlfriend and she's younger than Rolo's wife.
She is not.
Listen, I'm not taking shots. I'm just saying that there's cognitive dissonance.
No. Hold on.
And now you know why you wanted to call in.
Hang on. Yeah. That's okay. Everybody go to my Jose. No. Hold on. Everybody go to Twitter. You can all, and here's the thing. Kitten Holiday only has these headshots, right? That little girl on the bike on her cover page, that's not Kitten. That is absolutely not Kitten. Kitten Holiday is nowhere near as thin as my girlfriend. Are you out of your mind? Dude, you know that's not true. Get out of here, Jose. Give me a break. Go on, take one more shot. Go on, take one more shot.
I gotta get in line with how alpha males behave on Twitter, calling other guys pussies.
Because you are a pussy.
Listen to this guy, man.
Is that the way? Hey, Rolo, and you know I have all three of your books. You know I have
I do. I understand that. Which is like why I'm like amazed that even. Why? You know what? I got a question for you now. Let me ask you a question. Here's the question. Why the fuck are you like defending Kitten Holiday?
Yeah, seriously.
What is it about her that is so attractive to you that you have decided to come on this show, talk to me and Donovan, and try to defend this bullshit? What? Do you not know that you are giving her exactly the fucking attention that she wants? Do you not know that? What is it about her that is so entertaining to you? Why are you white knighting for an alcoholic, fat, spinster,
that's right.
single mommy? Right. Why are you
defending? Kitten Holiday is thinner. Kitten Holiday. Hold on. Kitten Holiday. No. See, now we can't even hear him. Kitten Holiday is thinner than your girlfriend. No one good and goddamn well that's a lie. Now you can talk.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Here we go.
My disagrees with you. It's just full on. Yeah, let me answer Rolo's question. Rolo asked me as to why it is that I'm doing this, right? So once I saw that the narrative, which was being led by you, Donovan, that she's an attention whore.
And she is. That's not a narrative.
And then
I
saw her making a comment that Rolo had invited her, and I didn't see Rolo admitting publicly that he had invited her. It didn't sit well with me.
Go check your Twitter feed,
I don't give a shit.
That's just wanting to get to the truth. And the red pill is all about the truth, right? So in this situation, if there's something that doesn't add up, I'd like to know who's actually telling the truth and who's not.
Hold on.
You think that's white knighting? That's on you, man. You're the one with the label.
No, hold on. Jose, there we go. If you don't shut the fuck up, I will shut you the fuck up, right? So now here's what's going to happen. Dude, whether or not Rolo invited her on. Okay, big fucking deal. Like I don't understand why you keep pointing to that. Kitten Holiday is an attention whore. If you don't think so, that's fine. That's why she follows, or that's why you follow her on Twitter, and this is why she follows you, blah, 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 blah. But just because you don't agree with the fact that kitten whore is a holiday doesn't make us wrong. And you can sit here, is that the way alpha males? Listen, dude, Rollo can call anyone a pussy he wants to. You're not going to sit there and take shots and take jabs and expect him to just be Mr. Prim and Proper. No. If you take shots at somebody on Twitter, he's going to clap back at you.
You're still not answering the question. What is it about her that is has tripped you out so much that you feel like you have to call in and defend?
Yeah, you've been on.
I don't understand how you think that I'm being tripped out when all I wanted to see was you admit publicly that you invited her on.
Jose, that's all he's done.
Hold on. Now I'm going to shut him up. He already. Hold on. No, that's okay. No, that's okay. He already, dude, he told everyone that he invited her on. He said this on Twitter and he said this on my radio show, right? He admitted it. Now what? So now what's your problem?
And if he would go and look at his Twitter feed, I directly told him that I had done this. And he still doesn't. He don't want to say that.
Hold on. Wait. Let him talk. Yes, he is admitting that he invited an attention whore onto a radio show. Yes. This is what happened, Jose. Yes. Yeah, that's what happened.
Rollo, that's what you're saying. I want to hear you say it, man. Say it.
I invited her along with 6 or 7 other people on the first time that we were actually having call-in. Yes, I did. I had her come on. I had her come on with 4 or 5 other people who did. Now, answer my question. Why do you feel it is incumbent upon you to white knight for her?
Yeah, he didn't want to answer it. Now, yeah, all of a sudden, here we go. Oh, no, now he's quiet. Listen, now he's silent. Now he wants to shut the fuck up.
I have already answered this question.
Jose, you haven't answered this. Jose, whoa, hold on. No. Jose, you shut the fuck up, okay? I'm going to give you 30 seconds to answer Rollo's question directly. Why do you continue to why do you defend Kitten Holiday? There's nothing against the law with defending someone you follow on Twitter, but I'm gonna bring you back on, and if you don't answer the question, I'm cutting your dumb ass off because you've already monopolized too much of my time. Answer the fucking question, quit fucking gaslighting, get to the point. You are going to answer this question or I'm cutting you the fuck off. Go.
Get off your high horse, man.
Nope, too bad. I'm already on it. Not going anywhere.
Yeah, with 40 viewers, and you've been putting the effort in to get viewers. Listen, I've already answered Rollo's question.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, Jose. Hold on. Wait, Jose, I cut you off. Jose,
hold on. Are you there? With being on in the first place.
Stop
talking over me when I'm answering another guest's question.
Jose, shut the fuck up. Dude, shut the fuck up. I've got 40 viewers on my website, DonovanSharpe.com. This is an independent platform. All right. So he wants to, so again, he's trying to marginalize my success here. He's trying to say, oh, you've only got 40 viewers. No, it's not a lot of viewers. It's on my website. Okay. And listen,
so that's the answer to the question. You're white knighting because
no. But here's the thing. When he gets cornered, he starts throwing out insults. Kitten is thinner than your girlfriend, dude. Kitten is not thinner than anybody, dude. You guys can go to Twitter or wherever the fuck she has her or whatever. It's only headshots. You guys have seen full body shots of my girl.
Man,
you guys have all seen that.
You don't need to answer that.
No, I don't. Nah, listen, I don't need to answer it, but I'm going to. I'm not going to let somebody tell him. I'm not going to let somebody tell people that Kitten Holiday is thinner. Are you fucking kidding me? Ugh. The fuck out of here. Jose, answer the goddamn question. I've actually got 39 viewers now, so you're running out of audio.
He doesn't have an answer.
He doesn't have an answer. So Jose, you got 30 seconds. Go. Come on. Yeah, he's gone. Yep, of course. All right. Area code 347. You are on live with Rollo and Donovan.
You're starting to buzz again. Dude.
Oh, god damn it. Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I'm kind of hearing echo and static. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's probably on my end. You guys hearing static on your end?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay, cool. So what's up?
Okay, yeah, kind of cleared up. How's it going, D, man? How's it going, man?
Not too much, brother.
I was just wondering, when you going to shut that dude up, man? Cause I'm like,
no.
Yeah, I was too. What were you going
to No, hold on. No, wait a minute. Listen. I know we all wanted me to shut him up, but listen, I give the guy credit where credit's due. This is the first guy I have ever challenged to call my show. He actually did it. So, dude, listen, I give him full marks for the boldness walking into the Lions, and the guy fucking did it. Now, of course, he wanted to come on and take shots and do all that. Listen, man, this is what people do. People like to take shots from a distance, and then when you respond, like Donald Trump, right? a lot of media members talk shit about Donald Trump, and then when he claps back, they say, well, that's not very presidential. Well, what did you expect him to do? Just sit there and take it? I'm not going to let this guy, come on here. Yeah, right, listen, I'm not going to let this guy come on here and tell a bunch of lies and this and that. If he has an opinion, that's fine. But, like, this is my show. Like, I asked the questions, okay? We wanted to know why he defended Kitten, and he didn't answer. So that's just all there was to it. And listen, Jose, you're free to answer anytime.
Hypocriting himself a little bit, too, talking about white knighting. It sounded like he was white knighting for this kitten bitch.
I don't know, man.
Shit, man, for real.
Dude, I don't know what dude, honestly, I don't know.
Is like, he doesn't know women's behavior. The reason why y'all invited her on there. Of course she's an attention whore. I know that. That's why she came on there. For real. Females will do different tactics to get men's attention. And that was one of them.
Yes.
And stuff. She was equivalent to what Monique did to the morning show with Charlamagne and Angela Lee.
Oh, wow. Hell yeah.
Exactly. They invited her on the show, but she came in with the demanding type fucking attitude and shit. Yo, for real. I gotta listen to that episode with this kitten bitch too. For real, I gotta listen to tonight. But,
you do. Listen,
but that's equivalent to.
Listen, man, and listen. This is the last I'm mentioning Kitten. I think she's blocked me already. The reason I decided to do this show is, like I said at the top of the show, and thanks for the call 347. I appreciate you calling in. The reason I did this episode is because every time we thought that this was over with, she kept bringing it up. Then her white knights got involved. She saw
that it was an avenue for more and more attention, and just us doing this right now is feeding her that.
Fine. Hey, you know what, dude? Listen, man, I'll be that dude, right? She can be like, ha ha ha, you guys are talking about me. That's why I came on. Right? Listen, and she's like, ha ha ha, you guys are talking about me. Yeah, we are talking about you. Listen, enjoy your 500 or 700 new thirsty fucking followers. Like honestly, I'm not above giving someone attention to call them out for who they are. Kitten Holiday is
what if she had just seen the number on Twitter and then just decided to call in? Would that have been any different if I said, "Hey, we're on. Why don't you call?"
It doesn't matter, dude. Listen, here's the thing, and
listen, same question would have come out, same everything would have happened. So the fuck what?
I think what Jose was trying to establish is he was trying to establish the fact that because you asked her to call in, you almost indirectly endorsed whatever it is that she was trying to say or do. That because you called up, that because you invited her on, then she didn't do this because she wanted attention. Okay, you invited her to call in, but that doesn't mean that she didn't see this as a chance to get yet more attention. And listen, mission accomplished. We're talking about this 2 weeks later because she wouldn't leave it alone.
Well, and then
is what it is.
Think about it this way though, and here's Jose coming in here talking shit.
And by the way, Jose hung up.
Not seen the clip.
No,
and I thought the clip. I mean, you just played it right now.
Yes.
And I'm like, what are you going to talk about? How are you going to talk about this?
And the thing is he's the typical gaslighter. Anytime he doesn't like an argument or like somebody, he starts to talk shit. Like, oh, Rollo, you've got an old wife. Donovan, kitten is thinner than your girlfriend. None of that is even close to true. Then you and your 40 viewers on your, and then he says, oh, you're the worst guy on the Red Men group. You know what? Maybe I am. That doesn't mean I don't belong there, right? Listen, I don't like that kind of stuff just bounces off me. But when anytime a man, anytime people start to resort to the verbal insults or whatever the case may be, that means they've lost the argument. And Jose was trying to talk over us. I kept muting him. He wouldn't answer the question. Guess what? He ended up hanging up. So listen, props to you, Jose, for calling in. You are the first person who has ever called my show that I've challenged to call on. Unfortunately, you look stupid. All you did was gaslight and blah, 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 and enjoy your 500 new followers. Area code 571, you are on with Donovan and Rollo. What you got? Yes, area code 571. Are you there?
Pick it up.
Area code 571. Are you there?
I hear it in the background.
571 is out. Okay, we got another 407. This might be Jose again. Hang on. This might be Jose. Jose, is this you again?
Yeah, man.
Yes!
I just heard you say that I hung up, and I didn't know whether to call you out on the fact that you hung up on me, or maybe I
Jose.
just lost signal.
Hold on. No. See, now listen. So he wants to come on, and he already wants to start lying. Jose, you hung up, bruh. Like, look, you're gonna sit here and tell these people that I hung up on you. Again, you're gonna come on here and lie, dude. I understand if you want to have a disagreement, if you want to have a conversation, cool, man. But let's not lie to the people. I didn't hang up on you. You hung up because it got too hot. Now you can talk. Go on.
Unmuted.
Yes, unmuted. Yes, I muted you because you. I muted you because you talked too much.
Okay, so So I continue listening to you saying that she was looking for attention. So you're telling me that a woman that came in there stumbling, bumbling, she was nervous. You could tell. You could literally tell that she didn't.
How could
really
you
know
tell?
what
You
to
haven't
say.
seen the
You're telling me
clip,
that
dude.
That's a behavioral trait of someone that's looking for attention.
Dude,
she was not stumbling and
hold on,
bumbling, dude. She was very on point, and we answered her on point. And you would know this if you had watched this before you came on. You're just going to sound like an even bigger idiot until you go back and you watch the clip.
Hang on, check this out. I don't give a shit if she was bumbling, stumbling, or whatever. Dude, there are nervous people all the time who like attention. So, okay, so she was nervous, and I think it was pretty clear that she was nervous.
You know, I mean,
I don't think she was nervous. I really don't.
Jose, brother, listen, I was talking. Don't fucking cut me off. Don't fucking cut me off. I'm talking. Okay? Now, here's what happened. Yes, I knew that she was nervous. I don't give a fuck. Just because you're nervous doesn't mean you're not there for the attention. And as the conversation went on, her voice actually started to get clear. But the fact that she was nervous or not nervous has no bearing on the fact that she was attention whoring. Listen, if you want to agree that, if you want to tell us that you don't think she's an attention whore, that's fine. We're just gonna disagree with that. But you're not gonna convince me of otherwise, and I'm not gonna convince you of otherwise. So, dude, either leave it alone or answer the question. Why do you continue to defend her?
No, I just think I'd be kind of persuaded to believe she would be an attention whore had she reached out to Rollo Tomasi to ask to be on the show.
So now it's about semantics, right?
Is that not a fair axiom to like observe that whole premise on? If she were to have reached out to Rollo Tomasi,
okay, wait, hold on. Jose, shut the fuck up. Listen. So you're telling me that because Rollo reached out to her to come on, that doesn't make her an attention whore. Like all of a sudden, because somebody asked her onto a show, now she's not an attention whore. So just because she didn't ask Rollo, she's not an attention whore. Dude, get out of here, man. She saw that. Dude, she didn't have to come on. She saw this once again as an opportunity to get attention for her brand. And guess what, dude? It fucking worked. So I don't know what your problem is. We called her what she is. She's an attention whore. That's all there is to it. I don't know why you don't see this.
Dude, go back and watch the clip.
Wait, hold on. I forgot to unmute him. All right, Jose, I'm giving you 30 more seconds. We got 3 more callers, or 2 more callers now. Let's go. Let's finish up.
Attention whores generally initiate. Is that not what you think?
No. See, there you go. There's the qualifier. No. Jose, no. You said attention whores generally initiate. Listen, man, attention whores seize the opportunity. Attention whores, yes, they go out looking for opportunities to get attention, but that doesn't mean that if they don't see an opportunity, ooh, this is a chance to get attention. I got asked by Rollo Tomasi to come on to the Red Man group. Ooh. She's an attention whore, dude.
And how did you come to that conclusion that she was attention whoring? Like, I want to hear this psychoanalysis here.
Jose, she called into the show. This is the Red Man group, man. Like, the only reason she would call into the show, and she was the first one on the line, by the way. Kitten Holiday is an attention whore, and if you're going to try to make this a referendum on whether or not she's an attention whore, dude, you're going to lose. Go back through her Twitter history. This is who she is. Dude, women on Twitter, red pill women are attention whores. They are red pill groupies. There's no such thing as a red pill woman. Kitten Holiday is not a red pill woman. She is an attention whore. And this particular instance doesn't confirm nor deny that she's an attention whore, no matter how much you want to think it. I'm going to give you 30 more seconds, and I got to get to my other callers, dude. Let's make it quick. No, don't tell me.
You still didn't get to my point as to how you came to the conclusion that she was an attention whore.
I just told you she called in. I just told you she called in. And just because Rollo asked her to call in and she called in doesn't mean she's not an attention whore. An attention whore seizes every opportunity. Jose. See, there you go. Don't cut me off when I'm answering. Attention whore sees every opportunity. Yes, they go. No, hold on. Dude, it's my fucking show. If you want to be able to cut people off, get your own fucking show with your own 40 fucking viewers.
And I'm your fucking guest, man.
Dude, oh, wait, hold on. Shit. Hang on. Sorry about that, Jose. Yeah, listen, you're my guest, okay? But that doesn't mean I have to treat you, like you want to be treated. Are your other callers
attention whores too?
Well, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. If they're women, yes. Yeah.
Oh, no shit, man. Of course they're not, because they're dudes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And they agree with you.
No, it has
not at all. Actually, you calling in makes you an attention whore as well.
There you go, Jose.
That's called confirmation bias, man.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, this guy. All right, Jose, listen, thanks for calling in. Like, seriously, all things aside.
Go watch the clip.
On. Listen, go watch the clip, but seriously, whatever aside, Jose, I got to give it to you. I give you full marks for calling in.
Hurry
you
up with that 4th book, man. And why the hell did you block me, man? Unblock me. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I think you got to unblock him, dude. I mean, he had the ball. He had the balls to fucking call in. I don't know. Rollo's not buying it.
No, I'm too busy writing the other book, unlike everybody else who seems to just come out and wants to pump their brand with nothing behind it.
Yeah, listen, man.
I got no brand to pump, man. I was just asking questions.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying that, you know what? Here, I'm going to be cool with you. Go and look at the clip, man, and then say, was she attention whoring? Then say, were we treating her even bad? Because if you had seen that, you would understand that we treated her with respect as soon as she came on.
Yeah,
I didn't. I was actually surprised out of it too.
Well, hold on. Wait, hold on, Jose. Hold on, Jose. Say that again. Hold on. Say that again. Say that again. Say that again. Jose said he saw all of us treat her with respect except for Donovan. Yep, you're goddamn right. There you go. That's it. Oh, Donovan.
Yeah,
Donovan doesn't. Donovan. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, there we are. The verbal jab. All right. Thanks for calling in, Jose. We appreciate it. Area code 571. You are on live with Donovan and Rollo. What's on your mind?
Hello?
Yep. You got 5 seconds. Let's go.
Hey, Don, man. How you doing? This is Kevin. Rollo, I'm a big fan of yours.
Hey, Kevin. What's up, brother?
Your book as of now. How you doing, man? It's been a while.
Good.
Good.
The question I have is for both of you guys. What's the whole reasoning that these men do this? That they like to defend sluts and broken women, thinking that they live in a fantasy that they're going to get rewarded for some reason. Now, what's the whole reasoning behind that? Why are they doing that? Why are they, like Terry Crews, for example, why is he hating on men?
That's a good example. That's a good question.
Where he's bigger than the average male, and he's a former athlete. Why is he hating on men now? What's the whole reasoning behind these white knight, dumbasses? What started this whole so-called wave?
Well, listen, I think
maybe you guys.
Yeah, and thanks for the call, Kevin. I think Rollo, I think you addressed this on the show.
Do you want to answer? Let me real briefly here.
Yeah,
we talked about Terry Crews.
Yeah, we talked about it for about 10 minutes
Saturday. And what was the thing? What was the first thing I suspected? I said,
it's his wife.
Probably his wife.
Yeah.
It's probably his wife is putting him up to all of this because she is. And I knew nothing about Terry Crews, nothing at all. I knew the guy is like, he's built like a linebacker.
Yeah, right.
Everybody says he's very, from what I have seen of him and just videos and just him talking, because I think I was only familiar with him maybe one time before he started speaking to Congress about how men, speaking for all men, that where we live in this age of toxic masculinity, we just need to do something about it. And honestly, when I saw that, I'm like, he is doing that for his wife. He is doing that because his wife has put him up to that, or she has put that into his head that if he goes and toes the feminist line, or if he agrees with her, if he identifies with her, that gets him in with her that much better. What that is that's called I have a chapter in my book called Identity Crisis. And this is what a lot of blue pill guys do. It's really integral to what I call blue pill game. Right. And these guys feel that if they get in touch with their emotions, if they get in touch with their feminine side, like they're always told to do, we've been told this since the late 60s, if they can identify more, if they can be more sensitive, if they can emote more, if they can be more emotionally available, and all this bullshit that's new age touchy-feely bullshit, if they can be more like a woman, the better women will like them.
That's right.
So they believe in this, in a lie, and the lie is this, is that like attracts like. And when it comes to men and women, that is
not true.
It is polarity, not like attracts like. It is polarity that is the secret to a healthy relationship. But then you got a guy like Terry Crews who goes up there and the guy talked to Congress about all this and has basically, if you look at his wife and you've seen that there's a video out now of Terry Crews on the Dr. Phil show, and he's there with his wife and they're talking about this. And it is just amazing the extent of control that she has over him.
Oh my God!
And I just speculated that. I didn't know for sure, but then later on, somebody sent me the Dr. Phil video, and I'm like, yeah, of course, because he fits that profile.
Right.
Because guys want that. Blue pill teaches boys when they're small to identify as much as they can with girls, to defer authority to women and womankind. And that's why I was telling guys the most important part of unplugging is to take womankind off of the pedestal and make yourself on the pedestal. And what I mean by that is to make yourself your own mental point of origin, because there is particularly now, it's become intensified in the last, I'd say, 2 or 3 decades.
Oh yeah.
But we teach boys to not place themselves as their mental point of origin and to defer all authority to women, so that they're thinking about how are my actions going to affect women first, instead of thinking about how it's going to affect them. And that is why you get blue pill guys killing themselves later on in life, and because they've deferred to the approval and the authority of women for so long. And so, that's why I was able to pick out Terry Crews right there, because he fits that profile. I don't care if the guy is built like a truck.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That doesn't make him alpha. Okay. Right. Alpha is a mindset. It is not a demographic. So, the guy looks alpha, and we expect him to be that way. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I knew that he was, because his actions are incongruent with the way that he looks. Right. Because we expect him to, to man up and go, oh, fuck this, and be a bit more conventionally masculine. But when his behaviors are incongruent with the way he looks, that implies to me that he is blue pill and he has learned to identify with the feminine.
Okay. Area code 571, I'm going to get to you in just a second. I'm going to answer the second part of Kevin's question. And again, shout out to Kevin Ibanez, man. I've actually met him in person. But to answer the second part of his question, why do guys, these are unmarried guys, why do men defend women they don't know? It's to get the pussy. Right? Like, dude, this guy, Jose, and again, listen, man, I give him all the credit in the world, man. The guy came on, he went toe to toe with 2 dudes. Okay, whatever. I give him all the credit in the world there, but the reason why men do, or the reason why men do this for the most part, and again, I don't know if Jose is trying to fuck her or not, but the reason why, and Jose, you would know why I would say something like that. I think that's pretty clear, and I think you and I both know why I would say something like that. But the reason why most men defend women that they don't know is because they want to fuck them. They want to gain that sexual favor. This is why you see these male feminists out there. They think that if they're on board with the feminist narrative, if they help women achieve their imperative, if they're pro women, pro feminism, that these women are going to be attracted to them, that these women are going to somehow see them in a positive light. Listen, man, guys like Jose are simply a means to an end. He is merely a commodity. He is no different or special than any of Kitten's other thirsty followers. He's a little bit different. He's the one dude who called in. I will give him credit for that. But outside of that, he ain't shit. Like, he's defending a woman he barely knows. And then he comes on, he's telling all these lies. Okay, fine, whatever. But this is why men do this. This is why, this is what I was getting at with Kevin. Men defend women they don't know.
One thing I think you're overlooking, maybe you're not overlooking, is it doesn't necessarily have to be that particular woman that he is defending.
Sure.
He wants to put out the image. It's like, I don't want to call it virtue signaling. I guess it is virtue signaling, but it's like, it's a signaling of, I'm not like other guys. Okay. Right. So even if it's, I'm just going to, and I'm not saying this is the case, but even if he didn't want to be fucking Kitten, because I would say that if he just met her somewhere in a bar or something, he wouldn't want to fuck Kitten, okay? But other women might be listening. Other than the audience that is around him, he's going to
call all his friends. Look what I did. Go to YouTube. I went toe to toe with Big Bad Donovan.
It's not just him. It's all white knights do this, because in an anonymous forum where nobody knows you from, whatever your avatar looks like, when nobody knows you, guys will still, as anonymous as they are, will white knight for women, because they think that on the off chance that some other hot chick sees that particular post, that is going to be endearing to her and make him unique.
And I promise you,
those other guys.
And I promise you, he's already he's probably DMing Kitten. Ooh, look what I did. Go watch this, dude. Listen, man. Hey, dude, take all the credit you want, man. You came on here. You got attention for her, dude. The phone lines are blowing up. Area code 773. Area code 773. You're on with Donovan and Rollo. All right, turn down your volume. Turn down your volume.
Up?
Hey, what's up, brother? What's up?
How you doing? This is Mike Clemens. Hey,
what's up, man? Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. At one point in my life, I used to defend women.
Right.
So when you find out, when you look back on that shit, you get no respect.
None.
You still regard it as a bitch ass nigga.
Yeah.
Listen,
why? Because you tried to identify with the feminine.
Right. Like, again, this is what Jose. This is what Jose was doing.
It's like this. He tried. We say in the hood. We say this in the hood. Mm-hmm. He tried to gain extra coochie points. Coochie
points. They call them coochie coins. Coochie coins. I'm gonna have to ask Alan Roger Curry about that.
Dude, Alan Roger Craig's like, Alan Roger Craig said, I don't need coochie coins. Bro. I got coochie dollars. I got coochie cents. Thanks for the call, area code 773. We got to move on here. Area code 571. You are on live with Rollo and Donovan. What you got, brother?
Yeah, that was me. I think we got cut off.
My bad.
The previous.
Yeah, sorry. I got the wrong. I had the wrong. Yeah, my bad. I got the wrong 571. Area code 571. You're on live with Donovan and Rollo. What you got for me, brother?
Yo, this me?
Yeah, this is you.
All right, what's up, Donovan? What's up, Rollo? Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Hey, earlier in the conversation, I did hear Rollo kind of mention, he was like, you know, I really didn't want to come on here and talk about Kitty, you know, and I see Sharpe Assist saying the same thing about, like, you know, guys coming on to talk about the topic. And I do got a strong opinion on whether or not women are actually red-pilled, but before I can, like, actually, like, explain it, I need to know, like, are we talking about red-pilled in the context of understanding sexual dynamics or what?
No. Red-pilled, see, women are naturally red-pilled. Women naturally understand sexual dynamics, but but here's the thing, they choose not to live that red pill life. They know what makes a quality woman. They know what a slut is. They just choose to do the easy thing, which is to be a whore rather than a quality woman.
Yeah, I probably should have clarified that before I came on. It's like, I think that I don't like it when the red pill is used as a verb. Like, I got red pilled. No, a red pill is like a state of being. It's not necessarily like you have to, I'm red pilling myself. Don't use it as a verb. Use it as a state. And whenever I have to explain the red pill, I always have to say, look, in my book and in my history, it has always been about intersexual dynamics. So when people say it's alt-right red pill, not in my book. Is the MRM, you know, men's rights movement, are they red pill? Not in my book. It just depends on, you know, what they understand as far as intersexual dynamics goes. Now, can women be red pilled in that particular sense when it comes to knowing intersexual dynamics? Yes. And I think what you're saying here is that they need to, there's like this, I think in this day and age, there's this dichotomy and this conflict that women have, is like, they don't want to reveal the parts of the red pill that are unflattering to the feminine, but they still want to embrace the parts of the red pill that they can keep men qualifying themselves to.
This is why Rollo is awesome, man. That's right on the head. When we say things like all women are like that, as in all women are hypergamous, which means they're always looking to upgrade, they'll consolidate on the highest value males available to them. Girls don't want to admit that out loud, but deep down they know it's the truth. Now, you said you had a strong opinion on whether or not you feel that women were red or are red pill or not. What was your opinion on that?
Yes. So now that we've explained it more, I mean, I personally think, hell yeah, you know, women are 100% for sure red pilled. But now that Rollo brought that up about how, you know, they hide it, to me that seems like they're even more red pill, because like that's like top tier Machiavellianism, you know. They like know the truth, they act on it, but then they put up a facade, you know. And like I don't know if you've seen the sidebar post on the red pill where it's Michael's story. There's a little part in that section where, you know, Michael, he's like a typical beta, you know, going to college, you know, trying to get ready for his wife and family. And he was raging at the group of like little sorority girls. And he was like, oh, you know, your husband's never going to approve of your slutty past, right? And then, you know, they all look at each other and they're like, oh, well, he's never going to know, you know? So it's like they know perfectly well that they're going to execute their sexual strategy perfectly, you know?
Yeah, that's what I call open hypergamy. I'm getting an echo again, man.
Yeah, hang on. Area code 571, thank you for the call. Hang on, let me see if I can adjust something here. It goes in and out with this. I think
what I was just going to say is that that really comes back to open hypergamy. And like I said, in this day and age where we have this interconnectivity, I just wrote a post about this. Like we live in an age where we have a connection with each other that we've never had in the history of humankind right now. And we're still figuring out how this is going to play out. And one of those things is that hypergamy can't be concealed as well as it used to be before all this.
No.
Because now that we are in the communication age, I mean, really, the manosphere hasn't even really existed for more than maybe 15 years, if that.
Yeah.
And so we're, and before that, it was like all of these seduction forums, and like when I was on SoSuave, and there wasn't even a manosphere. It wasn't called the manosphere back then.
No.
And so now we're just all coming together. And I think that as a result, or as a sort of a contingency, like men understand a little bit more about intersexual dynamics and the sexual strategies of women. What do women do? They respond to that, and they have to adapt to that. And so what do? Well, now, the cat's out of the bag. So yeah, we are hypergamous, now it's all on you. What are you going to do? Right. Okay. Right. Men adapt to that. Right. Oh, guess what? Now we're into open cuckoldry. Ooh. What are you going to do now, guys? God, yeah. And it's just this back and forth, but it's this back and forth we've never seen in human history before, because we haven't had the technology that actually brings us together. Because if you think about it, just up until maybe 1980, maybe 95, maybe 80, 95, somewhere around there, a social collective was just the township that somebody lived in. I mean, we had these real, they were larger than when we were tribal, but we didn't have that kind of, women could not get their positive reinforcement in the form of attention from anywhere else except for their own kind of closed social peer group. And now we've expanded that. We've opened that up to the entire world. And now we're seeing just how important and just how strong that desire is for attention, how strong the white knighting comes out, and how strong the beta orbiters come out. And we don't even know the degree just yet. I don't even think we even
we haven't even scratched the surface. 914-205-5356. Wow, we got a lot of callers on the line. Area code 412, area code 512, area code 731. We're going to get to you guys in just a second. Area code 347. You're on live with Rollo and Donovan. What's on your mind?
Hello, hey, what's up? What's up again?
What's up, bro?
How we going? I just wanted to add on to what y'all was saying before, because I was saying some real good facts and stuff like that. And I can admit myself in my past, I was guilty of that.
Right.
Doing stuff for females, being a white knight, and hopes of being their sexual partner and shit like that. But I saw it didn't work out. I had to cut all that down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, can't do this no more.
Can't do it.
Nope. Stuff, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard lesson. It's certainly a hard lesson to learn. And again, thanks for the call, area code 347.
No, and no shame. I mean, and the thing is, it's like I was just as blue pill and beta back when I was in high school. Right. I've been through different phases. Right now, if I was gonna say, I was anything, I'm like a lesser alpha. People think, oh, he's this alpha dude. No, I'm just me.
You're just a regular guy who got it, man. You're just a regular guy who got it. Area code 412. You are on with Rollo and Donovan. Go.
Yo, it's Rude Boy again.
Rude Boy, what's up, brother?
Yeah, bro, I wanted to, well, check this out, bro. I had to tell a chick the other day, bro. I told her, look, check this out. Men are the prize for real.
Oh, yes.
She wasn't trying to hear it. She looked at me in dismay, like, bitch, you ain't heard what I said? I said, yeah, I said men are the prize. She was all like, how are men the prize? They're doing everything for us. And it's like, well, because y'all are dependent on us to make y'all happy at the end of the day.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's at the end of life. Fuck the day. You're dependent on us to make you happy. That's an you.
I like this guy.
I don't know why they feel so highly obligated for some, and then their views are so skewed, right? Their views are so skewed that they would overlook this. The level of superficiality is it's so amazing. Like, they will overlook Jesus if he was resurrected in today's time. Yep. I swear to God.
Yep. No, I agree.
You know what I mean? Skip right through the man. Like, you know
it's
what
funny
I
mean? Funny you saying that. I'm writing a book. Part of it.
Thanks for the call.
That would fit really well into the next book I'm writing.
Area code 512. You are on with Donovan and Rollo. What's on your mind, brother?
Oh, shit. Hey, what's going on? Big shout out, Rollo. Big shout out, Donovan.
What's up?
Shout out my boy, Illimitable Man. Tell your son this.
Listen, hold on for a second. Where is he? Where is Illimitable Man, man? I can't find him anywhere on Twitter.
He has a new. He's got a new account.
He has a new account.
What's it called? Or the Sun Whisperer. That's what it is. I'll give you the link.
Yeah, dude, hook me up, man. I got to get him on the show. All right, my bad. 512. Go ahead. What you got, brother?
Hey, yes, appreciate you. So I have two questions. My first one is, how much do you think aesthetics determine a personality of a woman? Like, you'll be at the library and you'll see a chick who's maybe like a 5 and kind of nerdy, and maybe you feel sorry for her, but then you see a chick who's a 10 and she's acting kind of like a snobby bitch, and it's like, if that 5 had the aesthetics of the 10, would she be that same 10?
It depends. Now, I'll answer this first because my answer is probably going to be shorter. Rollo, you're the whiz on this. I think there's a syndrome out there called ugly duckling syndrome. And listen, I've slept with a lot of beautiful women, and most beautiful women are fucking bitches. Like, you got to run airtight asshole dread game on these bitches. Every once in a while, though, you meet an 8 or a 9 or a 10. Listen, every once in a while, you meet like a beautiful woman who's actually pleasant to be around, who's not a complete bitch all the time. Well, come to find out, you look at her pictures like, oh shit, like she was an ugly duckling. So when girls are ugly ducklings, they have to develop themselves outside of their looks. When girls are pretty and beautiful from birth all the way till adulthood, they don't develop themselves, not even their personalities, because they don't have to. The world just happens. The world just happens for them because they happen to be attractive. So Rollo, what do you think? What do you think are the?
I was just gonna sort of dovetail into that. It's really about incentives. What does that woman have as an incentive to learn about herself? Most, like I always say, women are solipsistic. It's not that they can't learn to sort of evolve beyond being solipsistic, and many do, but there's still that base solipsistic nature. And that solipsistic nature is there because it's what helped keep the species going at that time. She had to be concerned with her own survival, and she had to be concerned with her offspring's survival. So there's your evolutionary lesson for the day. Now, the other part is, I'll answer this by saying, do you know any guy that you would consider like a really good looking dude who you would say that guy's a natural and he gets chicks all the time and he does it almost like effortlessly? You know, you get those guys that we've known for a very long time, and they're good looking, and women just sort of reward them with this attention and this positive reinforcement all the time. And so as a result of that, they develop a personality that we think is like, oh, the guy's being a prick. It's just, he's not being a prick. He's just never had the incentives to learn to have any kind of insight about himself. And so we go, oh, he's a natural guy, but he's kind of an asshole. Well, we always say that about the guy who's like this, you know, big buff, you know, that chicks really dig on, and these think, oh, he's got kind of a personality problem, whatever. The same thing kind of goes for women as well. So if you have a woman who is very, very beautiful, and it's been reinforced in her for her whole life, she doesn't have the incentives to really have that insight to really say, you know, to consider the feelings of others. I think it was Pook who said this. He said, if you want to know the nature of a woman, watch how she behaves around people who can do nothing for her. So if you watch and you just pay attention, and you're sort of a studying, you're a student of human behavior, and you watch that, you will understand that, you know, the difference between a woman who has learned that and has had the incentives to have some introspection, and then you'll find that the ones that don't. And usually that's why we have that stereotype. We think that, like a 8 or a 9 or a 10 are always going to be these really bitchy, full of themselves and all that. It might not necessarily be the case just because of upbringing and all that. But here's why the stereotype is a stereotype. It's because they haven't had the incentive, and they haven't had anything in their past that would prompt them to have that introspection so that they could change and change from within and have a different personality.
What was your second question? You said you had 2 questions there.
Yes, sir. Yeah, my second is like, how do you establish frame? Is it like, do you just have to have like an attitude of outcome independence? Is it like using dread game? And then like, if you do establish your frame as the dominant frame, how do you keep that frame dominant as the relationship goes on?
Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and take you off the air. 512. Thanks. Listen, I appreciate the call, but we have other callers to go to. But stay listening because we're gonna answer that question now. So he asked Rollo, how do you establish and maintain frame? I mean, within the context of a sexual relationship with a beautiful woman.
All of the above.
Yeah, I was gonna say he nailed it with. Listen, he nailed it with the outcome independence and all that.
Okay, there's a difference between holding frame while you're single and holding frame while you're in a long-term relationship or a marriage. Okay, when a woman is shit testing you when you're single, or you just meet a woman in a bar and she's testing you for, like, we like to think of it as fitness, but when you're single, she's testing you to see if you are actually alpha. Right. Okay, she's testing.
Are you single because you want to be, or because you choose
to what degree your sexual market value really is. She's also testing to see if you get it. Okay, to see if you're the guy who knows how to play with her and play with her. Okay, I'm stressing the word play in that. Okay,
absolutely.
And what I mean by that is, like, these women are like they they will test guys or shit test guys like even unconsciously to that point.
Yeah, they don't even know they're doing
to
it.
Determine, well, they to the same degree that men will like stare at a woman's big boobs because we're trying to establish, sexual
fertility,
availability and fertility. Women do the same thing when it comes to shit testing. And so that the part of that shit testing is also determining, is this guy's frame for real? Is this guy really walking the walk? Is he really the guy that he says he is? Or is, that's the whole reason why women have such a they have such a hatred for pickup artists, because pickup artists know how
to get their panties wet,
and how to bypass these hypergamous filters, which are just basically shit tests, because they're trying to find out, is this guy full of shit or is he not full of shit?
Right? And is he who he presents himself to be?
The question of full of shit is, does he have frame? Does this guy actually have a world that I want to enter into? Is he some guy that I want to, invest, parentally invest with? And ultimately, that's what it'll be. And then after they get married, holding frame is really sort of answering that question over and over again. Now, hypergamy is always based on doubt. Okay, so and that doubt asks one question:
there you go.
Is he the best I can do? Can I do better than this dude? Okay. And usually that is yes, because they've already established that before you got married, unless that guy decides that he's not now the guy that she thought he was when they were getting together as
and
singles.
There will be signs like guys will slip up, and this is when you fail shit tests that she deploys and doesn't deploy. If she starts to see chinks in the armor, she's going to shit test you. Is this guy the same person?
Understand. Okay, here's how you hold frame in an LTR. Understand that she's going to be testing you and accept that as part of female nature. Okay, that's number one. Number two is you need to also find ways to establish social proof and pre-selection in yourself. Okay, if that means you're hitting the gym all the time, if that means you are increasing your status as a man in any kind of way, okay, something that she can appreciate, but it's still got to be in any kind of way. So if it means you run for fucking mayor, or you build your body up to something, or you get that raise, or you start your own business and you take care of your shit and you add value to yourself. Okay. That increases, I would say pre-selection, or not social proof. Okay. Right. Pre-selection is when a woman finds you attractive and you're married to another woman. So if her girlfriends are saying, "Oh, Rolo's so hot, you're so lucky to have him," or something like that, right? You go with that. You don't go, "Oh, it's okay, babe. Don't worry. You're the only girl for me. Don't worry. It's all good." Because guys will end up self-defeating themselves a lot. You don't. You go with that. And you go with passive dread. People always give me shit about saying, "Well, no, active dread is the only way to do it." And active dread and passive dread are two very different things. Active dread is you going, "Look, hey, man, you better get your shit together. I'm out." It's giving ultimatums. In some ways, I can see why that's effective. Okay. But in the end, it's ultimately self-defeating. But passive dread is definitely a part of maintaining and holding frame. That doesn't mean you're browbeating her or just crushing her with your thumb into submission or anything like that. It means that you are going with the dread when you see the opportunities for it. Okay, so that's a few things right there. I mean, there's more, but I don't want to take up too much more time. Just go to my blog and type in frame in the search engine on my blog, and I've got probably like 56
articles. I got a couple of comments here, and then I'll go to the phone lines here. On Twitter, listen, I'm illiterate tonight. Artemici says he's going to start a GoFundMe page to convince Kitten Holiday to call in again.
You don't need to. You won't need to.
Listen, trust me, you certainly don't need to. Yeah, she'll definitely call in, or if she decides to come back into the Lion's Den, then she's got balls. But she definitely doesn't need that. At Red Pill Chick says the moment I stop giving her attention, looks like Kitten Holiday is now blocked. Red Pill Chick, who by the way wrote an article called "Female Solipsism: Rolo versus Kitten." Area code 240. You are on live with Donovan and Rolo.
Donovan, what's good, man?
What's up, brother?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, man?
What's going on? Nothing really, man. Shout out to you guys, man. You guys are doing the Lord's work, and shout out to Lucario. Lucario's in the chat room.
Oh, word. Okay. So, shout out to Lucario, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm a player myself. I kind of do content and everything on the line and everything. And I'm familiar with pickup artist terminology like DHB and last minute resistance and things like that. So I'm dealing with this. This is the funny thing. I'm dealing with this Scorpio, and you know, Scorpios are like, especially Scorpio women. They're manipulative. And one thing I want to tell a lot of you guys is when women don't listen to themselves when they talk. They just talk for the sake of talk.
Real talk.
They don't really listen to themselves. Their emotions kind of, you know, put them in certain conversations where they don't listen to themselves. And I was with a Scorpio, and I teach guys a lot of times too. I don't really believe in the zodiac sign thing.
Yeah, me neither. Listen, you said Scorpios. You said Scorpios are manipulative women, dude. All women are manipulative, regardless of. Are
manipulative, right, exactly. But Scorpios, they kind of go about it a different way. But every woman is manipulative generally. And one thing that guys got to learn about and add to their tools and their arsenal is to flip. With this Scorpio, she was telling me, you know, I'm still single. I can date whoever I want and all this other stuff. And I'm
Active
like,
dread.
okay, cool.
Like, you already know that.
I'm
You're a
gonna
woman.
start dating whoever I want. Right. So, you know, one good tool that I teach guys to do is that sometimes, you know, if you're talking to a woman and, you know, you want to shift the game in your favor, tell her, okay, well, you know what, you know, I got a friend coming over to cook me dinner. Now, one thing women know is that another man's not going to come over another man's house to go cook them dinner. Of course, right. So it gives them the whole CSI Miami thing, like, oh, it's another woman. Damn, she might be pretty, and damn, he got a girl coming over to cook him dinner and stuff. So it's like you guys have to learn how to flip the momentum into DHV, demonstrating higher value and having attraction in your court. So
I think that
with this manipulative.
Yeah, I was going to say thanks for the call, 240. We've got 10 minutes more to take calls here. Yeah, I think he makes a good point, but I think this goes back to passive dread, just like you said. Mm-hmm. If you're maintaining your value as a man, if you are maintaining your shape, maintaining your financial discipline, when you're out and about, you don't have to tell your woman that other women want to fuck you if other women really do want to fuck you. If you're out with your woman is checking, she's looking at other women. She sees how other women look at you. She sees how they interact with you. That in and of itself, that is alone to keep her shit in line.
Demonstrate, do not explicate.
There you go. Hey, listen, discovery trumps disclosure every time. Area code 731, another area code 731. I know you've been holding a while. You're on live with Donovan and Rollo.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Howdy.
Oh, not much. I've been following this debacle with Kitten for, 2 weeks now?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm sorry.
This whole thing came from the first few seconds before she even got on the phone.
Yep.
I mean, you can't expect to be publicly rude to somebody and not have them come back at you.
No, well, here's the issue, and you make a good point, but the thing is this, right? Yes, I was rude to her. No, I don't give a shit. But here's the thing. Yeah, she came back at us, and that's fine. And I said that, hey, you know what? I didn't expect her just to stay silent. She's a woman. She walked into a man's, into a male space. You know, big bad Donovan was rude to her. Yes, I fucking was, and I'll do it again because it's our fucking show, and I do what the fuck I want. But I didn't expect her just to remain silent. She did what women do, and she threw a fit. And listen, if she wanted to keep on with it, that's fine. That's her prerogative. She kept on with it. But, dude, at some point, enough has to be enough. Every time we felt like it was squashed, she kept bringing it back up. And you know what, dude? At the end of the day, she wins. We've spent an hour and a half talking about Kitten Holiday, which is ultimately what she wanted us to do. So here we are. She wins at the end of the day.
That was exactly going to be my next point.
Yep. Yep. Hey, listen.
I guess an hour insulting her and talking about it.
Hey, guess what? Hey, guess what? 731. She wins.
And you're
she
supposed
wins.
to be leading.
Listen, she wins. No, she wins. She wins. That's all there is to it.
Well, look at it this way. I'm assuming you watched or listened to the clip. Okay, if you listen to how she delivered her question, and you listen to how everybody took her with as much respect as they could, and I think I gave her a pretty good answer. And her going off air, it wasn't like she was like raging to get off the air or anything like that. I mean, Donovan cut her off. I got that, but the thing is like we were very polite with her. We let her say her question, her point, and then we built on that, and then we moved on to the next thing. Now, with all of that,
Yeah,
you
she
know,
did.
courtesy and all that bullshit.
Yeah, that's out the door. I don't give a shit about courtesy.
Afterwards,
I don't give a shit.
now she's snowballed it and built it into something it was never that no. I mean, until that video came out, no one would know, and nobody's watching it. They're taking her side and they're looking at what she's saying because it's her and it's these guys beating up on this poor woman or something. Without, I mean, even when Jose came in here, he had not seen the clip. You know, and so she's building on top of that, and she's playing on the fact that nobody's even going to go look at it.
Go ahead, 731. You were saying?
Yeah, she came on there, and yeah, she didn't get to her point as quickly as she should have. That's fine, but afterward, when she started turning it back, I mean, y'all know she's a writer. She's a pretty good writer, whether you think so or not. But she's building a brand for herself exactly the same way you guys are.
So that doesn't mean
hold on.
hold on. Listen, I get it, and you're absolutely right. That doesn't mean I have to grease the skids. Here, listen. Here's the thing. Yes, I was rude to her. No, hold on. No, 731. Hold the fuck on. The reason I was rude to her is because hey, that's just what the fuck I'm gonna do. The second reason is because I knew why she called in. She called in to get attention. And yes, it worked, but I'm not going to roll out the red carpet for her. Boo-hoo, I got my feelings hurt. Guess what? This is a net positive for her. Because at the end of the day, she's the one laughing all the way to 500 new followers and however much notoriety. So for people to call in and say, hey, you know what? You offended her. What did you... Listen, I expected her to come back at us, to extend it for 2 weeks to me. And listen, I can sit here and say that I have a problem with it. That's fine. I get it. But guess what? That's why I'm doing this show. That's all there is to it. No, I do not regret it. If people want to say, oh, you're unprofessional, call me whatever you want, but I have zero patience for women who attention whore. I can't stand it. Women get attention wherever they are. Listen, I've read some of Kitten's work. I don't think she's that good a writer. Listen, that's obviously subjective. If you think she's a pretty good writer, that's cool. But I see her for what she really is. She is a woman who builds her brand on attention whoring. That's it.
Here's the other thing. Is like you want to say that she is.
Hold on. He's going to ask us the how do you know question.
Let me ask one question.
Yep.
How did you build your brand? The exact same way.
No, wrong. No. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Dead wrong.
No. You're dead fucking wrong. 731. Listen, I built my brand by myself. Okay. Kitten is trying to build her brand by coming onto the Red Man group. She's trying to ride the gravy train. All she does on Twitter is go after Rolo. Dude, Rolo's got 50,000 something followers on Twitter. He's changed more men's lives than Kitten has fucked. That's a lot of lives, dude. Right? And so what she is trying to do, she's trying to ride the coattails of someone else's success to get notoriety. Dude, I'm not backing off on that.
Let me address this real quick, Donovan. The thing is she is what I call an outrage broker. Okay. And what that means is like, and there's a lot of guys like this, and I'm not going to name names right now, but the thing is they ride on the current trend of whatever that outrage is. For a while, it was free speech, and all of these people were going out there and protesting, free speech. And they're trying to make a brand for themselves built on this outrage, knowing damn well that their speech was going to get censored. They knew the environment and they knew what they were going into, and they knew that they could profit by that. That's one aspect of that. And that's exactly what she does now. She's just looking for the latest outrage to build upon that and to get more people involved in her world or in her little conversation. She is not coming up or building a brand like anything like I'm doing. Okay. Because I have built, in fact, I didn't even really consider it a brand until, just recently, but I've written 3 books. I don't even know why I have to explain myself. I mean, everybody who knows me knows what my brand is and what I've done and the content and everything else. And there is absolutely no comparison in how I have put together what the Rational Male has been and what she is doing right now, because she is building her brand on outrage, and people are buying into it.
A commenter just said 2 years ago she was all hashtag Make America Great Again. Listen, 731.
That was a big thing at the time.
Right. 731. I appreciate the call, but I'm going to leave you with this: any woman who wanders into a male space, invited or not, is doing so because she wants attention. Right. Listen, you can tell, hey, you guys build your brand the same way. That's not how we build our brand. I'm not going into a female space trying to make a name for myself. Like, I'm not doing that. Women go wherever men are. And this is what Kitten does. Like, this is what she does. Dude, look at her followers. They're all men. That's all she does. She wants to ride this red pill gravy train. But listen, thanks for the call, 731. I'm gonna have to go ahead and let you go. Area code 305. You're our last caller. You got 2.5 minutes. Go.
Hey, what's up, Donovan? This is Hashim 305.
Hashim, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's happening? I didn't call to talk about Kid and Holly. I've had enough of that, but I wanted to give both you and Rolo props. Thank you for what you do. Y'all are doing amazing work. It is very important that
I appreciate that.
The work that you guys are doing.
Yeah, I appreciate
That's really
it,
all I had to say.
Okay, well, listen.
I just wanted to give y'all props. This is the stuff that changes people's lives and sets men's courses on a path that they need to follow. And I appreciate what you do.
Good, man. I appreciate you calling in and telling us that. Thanks for the call, 305. It's always good to hear. It's always good to hear guys, and you get it a lot more.
90 seconds.
Oh, that's what's her face telling me we've got 90 seconds, but that's not on this broadcast. That's just for Blog Talk Radio. It's always good, and I know you get this a lot more than I do, but it's very. I take tremendous pride when men, send me a message. Hey, Donovan, you've really helped me out, or hey, Donovan, you've helped to change my life. And the interesting thing is just like you, when I started this out, it was just supposed to be a hobby. I never thought that this would replace my income. Like, this is what I do for a living now. This single-handedly
60
supports me.
seconds.
So what do you say about what do you say to guys who?
Well,
who give
let
you
me explain something. I think one of the reasons that I think I come off as being over-invested in what I do is primarily because guys will come up to me at like the 21 convention and they say, dude, I came out here, I flew out here just so that I could see you face to face and let you know that you saved my life, literally saved my life.
Right.
And, the guy had set a date to kill himself.
Holy shit, man.
Was planning to, he had a date. He was planning to make it as inconvenient as possible for his kids. He wanted to make sure his kids had life insurance and all this other stuff. And he says, I read your work and it turned me around. And that was really important to me, seeing a guy face to face, because it's one thing to get that in an email or to get that in a tweet, but
Sure. 10 seconds.
Face, look you in the eye and tell you that. So when that kind
Right. No, they never do.
Look, I disagree with you on this. What do you think about that? That never happens. And so when I deal with that, I remember that the guys who I've helped out, how many other guys am I not able to help out because some guy basically got in and said, oh, that Rolo, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And these guys go off and kill themselves because you convinced him that, one-itis and the soulmates are real or some shit like that. Right. So what am I supposed to think? You think I'm just going to just sit here and go, oh yeah, I guess it's okay. Well, if you're stupid enough to believe this guy, go right ahead. I'm not like that. I'm not built that way, especially after, 10, 12 years of having guys tell me.
Hang on, Rolo, I'm being told they can't hear you. A second, hold on. Oh no, I can hear you now. There's a little bit of a delay. It's a delay, guys. It's all good. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
That it's when I have a guy either email me or tell me face to face that I have saved his life, and then having to deal with just this petty bullshit from people who are just trying to build their own brand off of being the one to, try to call me out on Twitter or just give me, just give me some bullshit ambiguous reason for it, then yeah, of course I'm going to take that personally. And if I block you, I block you. If I see, what's the thing is I've been getting a lot of egg accounts hit me up on my direct mails, which I keep open so that people like that can call me in, or so can say, hey, thank you for helping me out. Hey, I got this. Can you help me out with that? I go and I do just quick hit personal counseling on my DMs. So when I have other guys come in and they're these egg accounts and they just make these, phantom accounts to come in and give me bullshit, or to, try to bait me with their, with their questions or something like that. It's like, you know what, just call in. Just if you honest to God have a problem with me, call in from here on out. If there's something you want to talk about, fine. You want to debate me?
Dude, let's do it mouth to mouth, man.
Call in here, call in the Red Man group, because we're going to be having phones from here on out.
That's right.
And I mean, if you have that, if that's the deal, fine, please. I would love to do a show where it's like all, you know, all the gripes that you have with
call
the
him
Red
in.
Pill.
Yeah, call him in, man. Yeah, listen, I have no problem with that. And listen, here's the thing: I still don't like Jose, right? Like I can't stand that motherfucker. But here's the thing:
he's just ignorant.
That's fine. That's fine. But listen, he has my respect. Okay, and this is the difference between men and men and women and women. I don't like Jose. I think he's a disingenuous individual. I think he used a lot of he tried to use a bunch of words out like cognitive dissonance, blah 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 blah. He tried to use a referendum on he's a troll. You know, he tried to use a referendum on, well, just because you invited her on, that doesn't make her an attention whore. Dude, we all know that's not true. Then he tries to tell, but listen, at the end of the day, I don't like the motherfucker. He's got my respect. He's the only person that I have ever challenged to come onto my show and talk to me one-on-one, and he actually did it. Listen, he's welcome to call in anytime.
You know, I will say this is, I think that what defines us as men is our body of work. Okay.
That's right.
And what we have done in a lifetime. Okay. And so whenever somebody is criticizing, and not just me, just anybody who you know has done the work, has skin in the game, has done what they, you know, they have an earned reputation.
Right.
They have an earned integrity to them, and somebody's trying to take them down. Just, you know, you will know them by their works. Okay. You will know by what they have done. Have they done anything? This is something I think a lot of guys need to ask themselves, and I think my readers are pretty intelligent guys as it is. So I'm not worried about that. It's the guys who are hurting for it and the guys who are seeking this kind of stuff out, because we don't advertise the Red Pill. Well, I don't go. I have I think I have one ad that I run on the Red Pill Reddit for my work, and that's it. I don't have nothing else. I might put myself out on Twitter so people have access to me, but I don't advertise. And, you know, the books sell fantastically, and they're saying that they're, you know, the Red Pill Bible. It's not like I set out to do that. It's not like, oh, I'm going to, you know, here's my brand scheme. In fact, I hate that shit. I hate that shit with a fucking passion, because I had to deal with this in my professional life for a very, very long time, because I worked in the alcohol and liquor industry. Right. And so I would put myself into these brands. I would put myself into like these vodka brands, and I would do the bottles, and I would do all the branding, and I would say, okay, and I would help with the tasting. And I just basically this work of art that I would put myself into. And then the sales guys would come in and they go, well, we sold this much product, or this much product here, and this much, and just referring to it as a product. I will never refer to the Rational Male as a product, because it's not a product. It is a work of art. Right. It is a work of, you know,
that's who you are.
Part that I put myself into. And that's why that's what I say when I mean that it's very important to see what is the work that person has done in their lifetime, and then make that call from there.
And this is the difference. And it's so, like, again, whoever that guy was, 571, you know, he tried to say, well, you know, Kitten's doing the same thing that you guys did. No, she's not. Kitten hasn't done shit. Okay. And he says she's a pretty good writer. He's lying to himself, and he's lying to us. Kitten is not a good writer. Kitten, listen, man, she does what other women do. Hey, look at me. I'm a woman, and she calls herself a dating blogger. If she knew so much about men, then why doesn't? Yeah, she's a mommy. And listen, if she knew so much about men and relationships, then why doesn't she have one? Right. So
I've been married 22 years.
Yeah, right. I think you know a little something, and I've been dumped 22 times. So if anything, your success, my failure, I don't know. You can compare.
Well, I mean, again, you will know them by their works. What have they done? What has she done? You know what? Let's just for the sake of art, we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Go look up The Rational Male on Amazon, and then go look up whatever her latest. You know, I will say this: go ahead and look at Kitten Holiday's pamphlet of 15 pages or ebook or something like that, and you tell me who's done the work.
There you go. The only work that Kitten has done, like I said, is just be a woman. And women are always going to get more attention online just because they're women. That's okay. We're not hating on that. That's perfectly fine. But we're not
outrage.
Right, it's all outrage, but we're not going to allow a woman like Kitten try to ride our coattails because here's the thing. Any brand that's built the way Kitten is trying to build her brand, it's not going to be around long. Dude, 2 years from now, she's still going to be Kitten Holiday with 5,000 Twitter followers. She's going to be getting into Twitter beefs with, well, I don't know if she's going to be getting into Twitter beefs with whoever the Red Pill guy or whatever. Whatever the topic du jour is that day. She's going to be getting
it's not sustainable. I used to get into these, you know, cyber arguments with a woman named what's her name from Hooking Up Smart? I can't remember her name. Oh, Susan Walsh, right? She is she's gone. I can remember back in 2012 where we were getting back and forth and lock horns, and I would say, look, and it was great because I was sort of refining my message at that time because I had these debates with her.
Right.
But in the end, she's gone and I'm here.
Right. And that's because people who build their brands on the work of other people, they don't stick around long. Kitten she writes a little fiction article, I don't know, every 2 weeks or whatever. She builds her brand by starting drama. And listen, just like the guy said, we're doing her a favor. We're sitting here talking about her. We've given her now 2 hours of airtime. After this, guys, I'm not talking about Kitten ever again. What I wanted to do tonight was to clear the air. I invited the White Knights to come in and defend her and to ask him why he's defending her. Jose never answered the question. Okay, whatever, fine. We didn't expect him to. But I wanted to clear the air on your end, and I wanted to show people that, hey, you know what? This is the reason why my face turned a brilliant shade of green when I saw Kitten was on the line, because I already knew what it was. I knew she was calling in to get the attention. Well, Rolo invited her on. That doesn't mean that she didn't see it as an opportunity to get yet more attention. Well, that's how she builds her brand. You know what? That doesn't mean I have to like it. All right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That is exactly how she builds her brand.
That's exactly how she builds her brand. And dude, we're not having it over at the Red Pill Group. Dude, go find another group of men to ride the coattails on. We're not having that over at the Red Pill Group. So that is the end of Kitten. Rolo, thank you very much for coming on tonight, man. Listen, man, we did well on the phones. Did absolutely well on the phones. I appreciate it. Dude, come on the show anytime, man. The phones listen, I get 2 or 3 phone calls a night, but when I'm on with you, I'm into the dozens, man.
Yeah, anytime, man. Thanks for having me. We needed to do this, I think, too.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm done with it. You know, if she decides she wants to call. And I was just gonna say, it's like, once again, I want to just put this out there. It's like, and we've been harping on Kitten just because she's the most immediate thing, but
she makes it
easy.
Easy.
Like I said, I've got guys that want to write posts about how I'm wrong and all this other stuff, and they never really get to the point. They never really say anything about it, and they think they have such a problem with me. You know what? If you have a problem, call in. I'm all ears. That's what this is about, man. That's how we refine ideas. That's how we test ideas, is we debate them in an open forum. And if you want to come in, you want to tell me you got a problem, you want to tell me what you think of me, please do.
By all means, tell me to my face.
This is
no more Twitter beefs for me.
This is an invitation for everybody. Okay.
Thanks for coming on, Rolo. I appreciate it, man. Sure. Take it easy. Rolo Tomasi, everybody. Again, it was definitely good of him to come on. I certainly appreciate him coming on. Let me get my windows straight here. There we go. One of these days, I'm gonna come up with a nice, smooth way to fix that. But yeah, like I said, man. So the Kitten holiday thing is all that's all done with. I mean, I've gone back and forth with Kitten for, I'd gone back and forth with her for 2 years, 2 years ago. And then of course I got my Twitter account banned, and then I was back on Twitter. She's back doing her regular shit. This is it. This is who she is. If you want to follow her. But like I said, we're not going to let women like her. We're not gonna let women like her, build their brand on the backs of something that we spent this long building. My thanks to all of my callers tonight. Again, Jose, I still hate you. Like you're a sneaky motherfucker. You make absolutely zero sense. I'm not gonna unmute you on Twitter. I don't know if Rolo wants to unblock you or not. But even though I don't like you, you have my respect, man. You really, really do. I got to give it to you. You came in, you went toe to toe with us. You called in twice, and so that was that. My thanks to you guys for tuning in to TSR Live. Again, tune in tomorrow, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. I don't think I have a guest on tomorrow. I think it's just going to be, I forget what the subject is, but tune in tomorrow, guys. There'll be a preview. Thanks for listening, everybody. Talk to you in 23.